and oddly enough, even on this one, I have Hey True Believers, Englentine here. That's another thing I need to work on as far as this channel is concerned.
Branding.
I'm using my I Love Comics introduction. I'm so used to it now that that's what comes out.
There's nothing like directly linked to the name Englentine on your I Love Comics channel, so it can just
not really.
Kind of a branding thing for you specifically. Any channel you do, that can be your.
And then it becomes the True Believers thing, you know. But
I'd change it to Mouseketeers for.
I thought about that. That's funny because I actually thought about that as far as an intro. Hey, Mouseketeers, because you know it's just one of those things, or Disney fans, or Disneyphiles, or something like that. That all of us have. That everybody who would watch a channel like this would have in common. It's funny because I do not expect a big crowd for this live stream, but I'm very grateful to have you here, Dalton. Just to bounce things off of, really, you know,
no problem.
It's really cool, and hopefully,
that's kind of what I'm here for.
Yeah, it's kind of weird because I'm so not used to 100 subs, but I'm very happy. And this is what this is, ladies and gentlemen. It is a thank you for the 100 subs. And we're going to go over some news, going to go over some just a little bit of history with the park, the whole 9 yards, what it means to me. And, of course, if you want to jump in, Dalton, and what Disney might have meant for you. And, yeah, all sorts of stuff. This is actually not the first time I've ever blogged or vlogged about Disney. I did have a dining vlog I wanted to do with my brothers. It was called 3 Fat Guys Eat Disney. I know, right? Yeah, that's a really cool name.
I'm sure that's not a terribly uncommon occurrence, having, you know, some experience with what Disney guests tend to look like. There is always that sort of middle-aged, slightly overweight guy that's in whatever tropical shirt he can. It's funny because
I have quite a few tropical shirts. Thank you.
All I can think of is that one guy from Lilo and Stitch with the ice cream.
Yeah.
The one tourist guy.
I
don't think he ever gets any life.
With the half tan and the brassiere tan line and everything. Right. By the way, I'm a huge Lilo and Stitch fan. I love the art in that and everything, and the music as well. But yeah, it's kind of funny because I would tell people, you know, I drove a taxi before this time as well, and people would ask, you know, I'd say, oh yeah, I do a dining blog, so I know all about the restaurants, and I do. We didn't do all of them, as a matter of fact, but we did some of them. But by that time, I've eaten around the world at Walt Disney. So I would tell people, yeah, I could talk. I run a blog, 3 Fat Guys Eat Disney. And every time I would tell them the title, they would laugh and go, oh my gosh, I love that. And so I was thinking, I need to revive this.
Yeah, you do.
Or Mad About the Mouse.
It's a beautiful bit of branding there. And it works so well because I think so many people can relate to it, kind of.
Oh, and it's so much fun.
It's sort of like how Guy Fieri always brands his stuff with something very approachable and relatable.
Yeah, and it is so much fun to do. As a matter of fact, the family and I were talking about on Sunday, we're going to go to an Italian restaurant out at Disney Springs. That's their shopping village. I still call it the Disney Village. That was the original name from like 1970s.
Yeah, it's been there for much longer than whatever they've rebranded it to now.
But the way I do it, there's 3 sections to it. You have the Disney Village, which looks like a village. It was the first part, and it's more Disney than anything else. And then you've got the downtown Disney, and then the part that
shops and
and it has the movie theater, sort of bowling alley. And then the middle part, they made it look like it could go anywhere. Seriously, it doesn't look Disney-ish to me.
No, And that was one of my problems with Epcot. As much as I loved Epcot when I went,
what? Okay, tread carefully. We're fighting.
A lot of the like outside branding just kind of took me out of it. Like,
oh yeah,
with like General Motors and like General Electric and just all of the like obvious corporate sponsorship insert here.
Well,
thing was just like
Disney always had corporate sponsorship, because I remember it was the Wedway People Mover, the Kodak. I think it was Kodak Presents If You Had Wings, which eventually became the Buzz Lightyear. You know, so
but it was always a little bit more subtle and like with Epcot really not knowing which way it's going half the time. It kind of falls apart a little bit.
No, I hate the fact that there's a Starbucks instead of the bakery. The bakery used to be such a good place. I loved going to the bakery, and now it's a Starbucks. And I'm like, oh man, really? But it's always been there. For a little bit, there was a Fry Shack at Magic Kingdom.
Every time Starbucks pops up, I'm just like,
working? No, it's not.
Hey,
oh my God,
we can hear you.
Okay, so
okay, understand now, Corrupt. I love you. You're my brother. This is my Disney Channel. Language.
Okay, sorry. Sorry about that. For the last 5 minutes, I was trying to get the microphone. I was trying out different microphone settings to see if it would work.
Yeah.
Well, it worked, so we have sound. Huzzah.
Yeah, we're talking about we were just talking about theme parks and Disney and such, and we're talking about. I remember there was a Fry Shack from McDonald's in the Magic Kingdom, and that just drove me nuts. I was like, no way, because when I go to a theme park, I love to be taken out of the real world,
immersed. Yeah, immersed.
So if you do see that, it kind of brings you back. But even when I was at Alfred Hitchcock at Universal, when I worked there, we had to do a spiel that was, what was it? Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is an Englentine. On behalf of Kodak and Universal Studios, welcome to our Alfred Hitchcock, the art of, what was it? Oh, welcome to Alfred Hitchcock, the art of making movies. And that would be how we would begin. You were saying, Cara?
Oh no, I was like, oh, that's really interesting, actually.
Yeah, I actually did stuff like that. It was a lot of fun.
Makes me think of the Hitchcock movie that Ellen Mirren and Anthony Hopkins did.
Good stuff. That it really, I like that. But it was kind of funny because I was watching, going, knew that. I knew that. Knew it. Yeah. Because I'm a huge Alfred Hitchcock fan. Two, I worked at the attraction. Then they expect you to know.
Well, I would imagine things. So. It's kind of sloppy if you're the one ne'er-do-well that is just like, nah, I just work here.
Yeah. Oh, also but that's the way when you're a theme park worker. That's the way they expect you to be. Like, if you go, I worked for a while on the Tiki and the Tiki Room and the Treehouse out at Magic Kingdom. So for a little bit, I don't remember it anymore, but for a little bit, I knew how many leaves were on the Swiss Family Robinson Treehouse and how many times the cups go through. And it was just weird, random. Well, somebody might come and ask you, and like nobody ever asked me how
like the Tree of Life in the Animal Kingdom being loosely based on like an oil rig infrastructure. That sort of trivia.
Yeah, but you wouldn't be able to say that because that breaks the magic.
Right.
But that's like you're never supposed to say, like, Disney is never in, or Mickey Mouse is never in two places at the same time. When it comes to when it comes to, you're never supposed to say, oh, he's here and he's here. Like, oh, where can we see Mickey Mouse? Oh, well, he's over there. Well, what about the guy? No, he's there this time. and then he comes over here at this time, you know, because you don't want to break the illusion.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool. It really is. I was going to show this this thing. As a matter of fact, we were talking about the 3 Fat Guys Eat Disney, and here's a little secret. I am one of the few people I know who truly did not like Be Our Guest. Yikes! I have to go back and I have to check it out. But as far as the restaurant is concerned, I did not like the experience.
You thought it was kind of overrated and pretentious and pompous and whatnot?
Well, first of all, I did this, and this is the review I did. I wanted to show it off because I really do think that it would be really cool to bring it back. But I used to do a written blog. Can you see it?
Yeah, you're sharing the screen. Yep.
Yeah, I just want to make sure it's up there. But yeah, I know. And I took the pictures and everything. We got there. It was a lot of fun. They gave us our little things. They call us in, and it is a beautiful setting. I mean, you walk in there and you are immersed. I mean, it truly, that's what they give you right here while you're waiting. And when you step inside, it's the grand ballroom, and it's just gorgeous inside. I mean, if you like Beauty and the Beast, it's someplace to go. It really is.
Yeah.
We went into the Rose. I specifically requested the Rose Room. It's darker, but to me, it feels more like Beauty and the Beast than anything else.
Yeah, because, you know, the bits that you remember of Beauty and the Beast are the bits that the Enchantress was involved with, and you can't get much more the Enchantress was involved with than the Rose.
That is amazing. I love that detail.
Yeah, it's really cool when you go in. And I'm going to do another one. I actually promised Gail on her birthday we're going to go back. I need to give it a second. I need to give it a second chance, because this time when I wrote about it, by the way, I love the fact that they did the napkins up in like roses.
Yeah.
But when we went, there were a couple of things I didn't like. First of all, it's American cuisine.
Yeah,
and
that's a waste.
They can sing, they can dance. After all, miss, this is France.
And the dinner here is
hello. Have a hamburger. No, give me French food. You know, that was something. But so it's one of those things where you go in expecting one thing. My mom got this French onion soup, which I am allergic to raw onion, meaning like if it's white, that'll do me in. But I can actually, if it's reduced, I can actually take a little bit, but that was so bad my lips actually became numb, so I couldn't have it. She was okay with it, but the thing is I ordered a salmon, and it's supposed to have a fondue over it. And I told them I was allergic to onions, so please take out the leek. Guess what they didn't do?
Ooh.
So I take a big old mouthful, and then as like Alien, I had to run, and I got sick in their restaurant. And they said, "Well, we'll take this off, and we'll give you this, and we'll get you a new dessert." And they did nothing. They did none of it.
Ew.
And yeah, so for the longest time, my opinion of this was colored by my experience there. So I was like, oh man.
Yeah, I can imagine. Actually, the summer that we went, or actually it was the spring because we went for Easter, was the summer right before all of the new Beauty and the Beast stuff opened. So I didn't get a chance to do any of it, and it kind of annoyed me.
Yeah, but these are some of the reviews I did: Chef Mickey's, Grand Floridian Fulton's, Liberty Tree. Just like for the video I did, Food and Wine. These are so old now though, because I don't. Yeah, this is a written blog. that it's almost like it's not relevant anymore. The like Fulton's doesn't even exist anymore. It's called Paddlefish now. This is the only thing that's the same. The Liberty Tree Tavern, which, by the way, is possibly the best restaurant at Magic Kingdom right now. Chef Mickey's is pretty much the same as well. So the review still stands. And the way I reviewed it is very simple. If you want to meet Mickey Mouse, if you have young kids, you want to meet Mickey Mouse and Minnie, Goofy, Donald, basically it's the Fab Five. It's a great place to give your kids that kind of interaction. What?
I'm just imagining like Disney characters in a like post Beatles documentary.
Oh yeah, well that's actually what they call them. They call them the Fab Five.
No, I know. But it's funny every time I hear it. It just evokes this like and then Mickey and Donald got testy over Minnie's affections, and the group was shortly thereafter disbanded, and that was the end of the Fab Five.
Well, Minnie was there first, so it would have to be like Daisy caused Donald to be temperamental, and they left. Yeah, that kind of Fab Five thing. Yeah. But yeah, I understand. Corrupt, did we lose you?
Yeah, he's been plugging in and out because of.
Oh, well, that's too bad. Issues. That's too bad. I dig when he's on the live streams. I've always said I thought the three of us make a good dynamic. But that's too bad. But yeah, the thing is it's good if you want to meet the characters, but the food itself is random buffet good. Like you could get the same thing from a Golden Corral, or I don't know what the buffet around you is, but whatever it is.
It's Golden Corral and Old Country Buffet are usually the two big ones that are around.
Yeah, okay, yeah. It's the breakfast is the same as Golden Corral, and you're paying $35 a head for it.
Yeah.
So it's a way to meet the characters without standing in line.
You'd like to be getting more of what you pay for, kind of.
Yeah, as far as food is concerned, definitely. My advice, if you ever go to Chef Mickey's, is to get something hot. Like if they've got the waffle station and they're making fresh waffles, get that. If they've got an omelet station, by all means, get a fresh omelet. Do not go to the eggs, because they got those kind of high school eggs. Like it always fits. It becomes the same shape as the pan. It was not good. It really wasn't. But the interaction was great. You know, I've got I may actually save or share the pictures and such, because for that, it was a lot of fun. It really was. It's just, if you're going to a restaurant, food is a factor.
Yeah. So especially if you're paying $35 a head for it.
Yep. But that's breakfast. Usually that's the breakfast prices. It's the it's when you get to the dinners and you're paying $60 for a buffet. That's like, damn. But that's Disney, man. Disney will take you. We're actually going to do that, as a matter of fact. We're going to, for Ashley's birthday, because we did something nice for Elizabeth, so we have to do something for the other daughter. But we're going to go to the Hoop-de-Doo in December. That's Ashley's birthday. It's a dinner show, and I don't think it's buffet, but it's family style, where they bring all the food to you, and if you want more, they'll bring more, and so forth and so on. So, and that's American comfort food, fried chicken, and so forth and so on. So,
yeah,
a lot of fun with that. By the way, we've had 3, 4, 5 people watching at a time. You guys can say something if you want. Type in a comment. It's fine. I just told my daughter that too. I said, hey, support your old man. Come and listen for a while. Say something. That's cool. But yeah, I love going out to eat at Disney restaurants. It's just, they can cost you.
It's interesting. It's interesting hearing it from a guy that can go on a relatively regular basis. Because, like I said, despite, you know, mainlining so many Disney documentaries and stuff as a kid, I've only actually been once, and it wasn't really a great time to go because it was in the middle of one of the most humid weeks I think they've ever had, and it was kind of miserable.
I could understand why you would, Northerner.
But in Disney's defense, we didn't spring for the resorts, and I kind of wish we would have. That probably would have enhanced the experience significantly.
We stayed at the what was it? Not the Art of Disney. It was the All-Star movies. One time, my wife and I, it was our first anniversary, and we wanted to get away from the world, and that was my plan. But her plan was, let's go to Walmart. I'm like, oh, yeah, we've got one day at the Disney hotel, and you want to spend it driving in rush hour traffic to go to Walmart. Yeah, that's not a point of contention, is it, honey? No. It's kind of fun. Yeah, I actually bring that up to her. I would love to go stay on Disney property again, but you don't have to leave, so don't. Yeah, because you will feel like you're in another place, like you're in another world, and it's really worth it.
One of the reasons why one of my favorite things we did while I was there was the World Showcase, because I love the sort of commitment to the whole cultural atmosphere thing, and like as much as I wish I could travel to the proper places more often, if I'm, you know, forced to do that or nothing, then that's pretty good, all things considered.
Yeah. So what was your favorite World Showcase? What was your favorite pavilion?
Probably France, because I've always been kind of a Francophile, and I love French culture, so the French one was really interesting.
Oh, that's interesting.
It was hilarious seeing the American pavilion, because it was like the most overblown stereotypical Americana you could imagine.
I love it. Tell you the truth, I do. I know it's just that feeling. America, shed your golden wing, or spread your golden wings.
Yeah. There is a little bit of that patriotism, but there's also that little bit of, oh God, this is how the rest of the world sees us, isn't it?
Thank goodness for it, man. It is amazing. I love that.
They could have played the America Fuck Yeah song from Team America World.
Dude, this is not I Love Comics.
on the Disney channel.
Watch the language, man.
Sorry, I apologize.
I'll have to go over and by the way, for the 2 people watching, and of course, if you were watching at this point, these are my friends from I Love Comics. If you're into comic books and such, by all means, please go on over, check it out. As you can tell, though, the language is a bit freer over there than it is here. So, again, just be aware of that.
Apologies.
No worries, man. You're used to it. It's okay. But yeah, because actually, you know, on one of my earlier videos on this channel, I have these 2 just precious kids, man. I was talking to a family, and I said, oh yeah, I just started up a YouTube channel, and the kids wanted to be on a YouTube video. So I realized, oh wow, yeah, that's actually kind of cool. And so I filmed them, and they said, they said, I'm Z, and they said, welcome to Mad About the Mouse. And it's on the, I did a review of a Mickey Mouse cartoon. So yeah, it was really cute. So yeah, try to keep the language down on this one, but yeah, you didn't mean it. But yeah, frankly, they kind of do their Disneyfied version of the America. Oh yeah, song from.
The thing about it, America isn't just one thing, because there's so. When you go to different regions of America, like, it can be very different. Like,
yeah, Boston is significantly different from New Orleans, which is significantly different from like
Texas,
any other area of the South, which is significantly different from the area of the East Coast where I'm at. So yeah,
I actually told I was talking to an English gentleman when I worked at Universal Studios, and I said the one thing is England has history America has geography, because no matter what you find in the world, you can find it here in the United States. In in the United States, or at least the mainland, or the other, like Alaska and Hawaii. Everything that's around the world is in America somewhere.
Yeah, I was actually I was starting to back more into martial arts, and I was looking up these different styles that originated in China. I was like, I wonder if there's like places. It's like, yeah, 5 places in America that teach this very particular style of martial arts.
Hey, Frag Minion, how you doing, sir? But yeah, it's I love the I love the American Pavilion, except it's only the show. I figure I'm not a big fan of the restaurant there, because it's all hamburgers and chicken sandwiches, and basically McDonald's, which I guess, okay, that's
so essentially anything you could find at the 4th of July picnic.
Yeah, it's appropriate
to
in
represent
some ways.
American food, though.
Yeah, it could be like, though, an actual sit-down restaurant where you could have foods that originated here. I would like to, since you're in Florida, how about key lime pie, or like you could have a turkey or a roast dinner, stuff that originated here. But an actual sit down and enjoy it kind of thing. Yeah.
Emily, have you ever been to a restaurant called Permane Brothers?
No.
It's really great. I think it originated in Pittsburgh, which is where I'm from. And, because people were working in the steel mills, they didn't have really time to sit down and eat. So what they did was they gave you a sandwich, and then they put the fries on the sandwich.
Oh, okay. So
so the steel workers could like have a whole meal and just eat it quickly.
I've had that before. Yeah. So, okay. Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I just never heard it referred to as that. Yeah. Blathering Laser Kites is Frag Minions in the house, and he's saying, not happy, but glad I got fermented hops in the house. All right. Oh, and that brings us to a topic that has come up recently.
That being alcohol.
That being alcohol, yes. You guys have heard.
I was going to ask, is it beer? But you said it was a family channel, so I just want to assume things.
Well, there's doing a Star Wars Land, and they're doing one here. Of course, that's gonna be out at Hollywood Studios, and they're doing one in Disneyland, and it should open.
Everything but the sequels?
I don't know. Actually, it's going to be everything. And it's going to be very interactive. Like here, they're going to have a hotel that when you wear your magic band or something like that. Now, I could be wrong. This is what I'm hearing, and it changes and so forth and so on. But it's going to be interactive to the point where if you go on and interact with people in Star Wars Land, when you go back to your hotel, the people there will be able to read things off of like a magic band or something and be able to react to you. So if you do things that will lead you to the dark side, they will treat you as if you're on the dark side.
So if you were to, I don't know, blow up a fake Death Star that they had, would they treat you like Luke Skywalker?
Yeah, like you're a hero. Like you're not like Luke Skywalker. You are your own person, but they will treat you, light or dark based on your actions and interactions, your scores, and so forth and so on at in the Star Wars Land. So.
And then somebody is going to be a smart aleck and be a gray Jedi just to screw everything up.
Oh, I'm sure. But you know what? I hear this and I'm like, I want to get rich now just so I could stay for a week in this hotel and go to Star Wars Land. Just be the total geek that you would love to be in this kind of environment.
Would they let you bring a lightsaber, like a little plastic lightsaber?
Oh, of course. Yeah, you can go make those now, and just imagine just a whole. Oh, it'd be so cool. It would absolutely be.
Kids would go insane for that.
Oh yeah, kids. Yeah, 55-year-old kids, I'm sure. And it's but the thing is for the first time in 63 years, out at Disneyland, they're going to be selling alcohol when Oga's Cantina opens in 2019 and serves pilots, bounty hunters, smugglers, locals, and galactic travelers alike. It's going to be serving the alcohol. So some people are like, wait a second, that's wrong because Disney wanted Disneyland to be dry. and others are like, bring it on.
33.
Yeah, yeah.
Question: do you think they're going to play that Cantina song over and over and over and over?
Oh, would that not be awesome?
Would that not be something?
We're taking requests. Play the same song. Yeah. I think it would be really. Here's the thing, though. I know some people are losing their minds over it, but we've had it here already. It started with Epcot. You can get beer, you can get wine at Epcot for years, decades now. And since when Be Our Guest opened, they served wine in the restaurant for the first time,
as they should.
Yeah, and the thing is they don't serve you so much that you're going to get drunk, and they generally frown upon that kind of activity in the parks. So, like, if you were being drunk and belligerent, the security will escort you.
So no getting ripped in Disneyland.
Yeah, there's no getting ripped in Disneyland. So I understand why people are nervous about this and why people don't like it, but overall, overall, it's I think this is almost a non-controversy. People are losing it for no reason.
Clutching.
Yeah. Like, the hyper-intelligent great googly moogly in the comment section to say Disney isn't dry here in Florida. So yeah. As a matter of fact, I know for a fact she wants to go around and do a wine tasting out at Epcot and go drinking with her dad. We're going to do a bar crawl.
They recently started serving beer at my local amusement park.
Yeah, which is?
Kennywood.
Kennywood? Oh, okay.
And some people were nervous about it because, it's a place with kids. So, some people are going to be nervous about there being alcohol around. But, I've never really heard of there being an incident with it. It's mostly been fine.
We've had some troubles at Universal when I worked there, especially during Halloween Horror Nights. People just get a hold of too much and they act stupid, but they are immediately
Did Florida Man show
welcomed up. Florida Man is constantly in Universal. I've met a couple. Frag Menu says you get drunk, punch Mickey, and drag Daisy behind a bush, and they get all mad at you. That is exactly what happens. Yeah, but actually, Great Googly, I know, sells drinks. I don't know if she's ever sold beer, though. But I actually met a Florida Man when I was working out at Twister, and there was a guy who wanted to impress his girl, and it was a day where it had just rained, and he figured he would go climb up a lamppost and then flag himself, where he kind of puts his body straight out like a flag. Except for rain makes metal slippery.
I can already tell where this is going.
Yeah. Oh, it was one of those situations. Guy, you want to get down? I'm all right. You want to get, dude? No, it's against the rules. Then he did the thing. He hit the ground because, of course, slippery metal.
The laws of friction and hydrodynamics can be very, very unforgiving things.
And he said, and I said, "Are you okay?" He goes, "Oh, I'm all right." I said, "Do you need medical attention?" He says, "I'm okay. I'm okay." "Are you sure? Do you need medical attention?" Because you always ask 2 or 3 times. And then after he said no for the 3rd time, I said, "Okay, dumbass." I was like, I don't care if I get written up or if I get fired. Sorry for the language. I guess it is very easy to slip. But I was like, this guy deserved it. It's just, oh my goodness gracious.
There's a reason why the expression Darwin Award exists.
Is there something in the air down there?
Yes, there is. Great Googly Moogly is saying yes, she does sell beer, and it can get a little nuts. Yeah, people, if they get too much, man, at the theme park, it can.
People don't even have to have beer. Like, I was working at a Walmart, and I saw people do really stupid things.
Yeah, it's a little. It can get a little bit much, but what you gonna do? What you gonna do? That's funny.
It's like the whole Tide Pod drinking controversy or whatever it is. It's just
I just wanted to leave the planet when that happened.
Yeah, I know. It's like, oh god, and this is my generation of people. What, the heck?
People started vaping them. People started putting the Tide Pods in their vape machines and vaping them.
Okay, so vaping already has its fair share of controversies, what with popcorn lung and that sort of thing, and you're gonna introduce Tide Pod residue into that. That's a Darwin Award winning level of stupid right there.
Yeah, absolutely. That whole controversy, whatever it was, fad, it just kind of made me shake my head. And I am very happy with the way I raised my daughters to not follow fads.
Yeah, it reaffirmed my lack of faith in humanity.
Mm-hmm.
It reaffirmed my belief in natural selection.
Yeah.
Yeah. Thankfully, yeah, like I said, great googly moogly Elizabeth, they don't follow the fads, so I'm very happy with that. I'm gonna have a video out hopefully
is she the
tomorrow.
one that likes Pokemon?
Elizabeth is the one that likes Pokemon, and Ashley is the one that was running the live stream last week, which more than welcome to come on again, and because everybody enjoyed it. Come on and talk anime and Pokemon, or come on here and we could talk some Disney stuff, some favorites, some not so favorites, and so forth and so on. They've been going to Disney since they were babies. They are like me. Like, I've never had a first time at Disney because my mother was part of the first cast, I guess, the first wave of employees. So Disney's always been there for me. So I do not remember the first time.
I've actually never been.
Come on down.
Yeah, but here's the thing. Disneyland, when I was a kid, it was just like, all right, we would have to like travel all the way down the coast. And it's just yeah. And now at this point, it's just like too expensive.
It's Disney World, and we'll see about getting you in. Make sure that you don't have to at least pay for the admission. And yeah.
Oh, that'd be awesome.
I know I could twist Great Googly Moogly's arm, so at very least we could get you into Universal for a day. Yeah,
I actually went to Universal one time, but unfortunately my leg was broken, so I couldn't get on any of the rides.
Man, that's
what's
not
the
a
story
fun time.
behind that? Just out of curiosity.
Well, my cousin and we had just gotten these scooters for Christmas, and he bet me if I could do some scooter tricks on the cement floor in my grandmother's basement. So from there, you can assume where it goes.
Your own fault is what you're saying.
I take no responsibility with what happened. But yes.
Well, you betted like a moron.
I was
on it like a moron.
I was 8 years old.
The consequences of
Hey, you know what? I actually had a broken arm from playing barber chair with my brother. I mean, that's where the brother he sat down on the legs and I had to throw him, except for he was bigger than me, so that didn't exactly work out for me. So
yeah, I see. This is one of the benefits of being kind of an unfun kid, because when other kids would bet you to do things, you would just go no because I'm not a moron and then walk away.
Yeah, yep, that's just one of those things. But yeah, come on down. It'd be fun. I would love to do. And I've mentioned this with when Captain Frugal was here. I said, come on down. Let's go. Let's hang out at, we're all comic book fans. Let's go hang out at Marvel Island and such like that. And it'd be really cool. I love showing the place off. Englentine knows where all the holes in the fences are. Unfortunately, I don't have the guts to sneak into Disney. I've actually watched some people on YouTube do it, but I never want to get trespassed because I like to go. So I never really attempted.
How is the weather down there?
Never crossed the mouth.
I heard there was a hurricane towards the coast.
Say again?
I heard there was a hurricane headed towards the coast.
Yeah.
So how is that? So how are you guys doing with that?
So far, so good. It's not a big thing yet, so it's okay. But we're not batting down the hatches or anything yet. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah. My sister was down there. She's been through some pretty bad storms.
Yeah, so we, as a matter of fact, earlier today I went to the Magic Kingdom. I had a doctor's appointment at 2 o'clock, and a fast pass for the Snow White mine train, the Seven Dwarfs mine train, at 10:15 or 11:15, excuse me. And I was like, this is the big ride for Magic Kingdom. So if you have a fast pass for it, you have to honor it, man, because otherwise it's a 2-hour wait every time you go. And so I ran, I drove really fast to get there, ran to the back of the Magic Park, because getting into Magic Kingdom is the hardest. Walt Disney wanted you to feel like you were transported to a whole different place. So you go from the parking lot to a monorail to Magic Kingdom. He didn't want you to just drive up, get out, and go.
Journeys and destinations and all that jazz.
So it could take you half an hour just to get in, if the line is long enough. But so I went through all that, and then it's at the back of Fantasyland. So I ran to the thing, and I'm sweating like a fat guy, but it ended up being a pretty fun roller coaster. I got some video for it, so that'll be up.
Is it true that you can stay in the Disney Castle?
There is a room up there, yes. It's usually like giveaways and special events.
Yeah,
like you can't pay to stay up there, but there is a room in the Cinderella Castle that you could stay in if you were chosen for it, which I would love to do just to say I did.
Yeah, it's one of those things that I just want to do for the sake of doing them, and I would everyone I've ever met.
I would imagine that you would have butlers and maids taking care of you, because they don't want you to just be randomly walking around the park at 2 a.m. So if you needed to go out and get something, you would have somebody who would do it for you. I assume
the inside of it on like documentaries and stuff, it is like the 1% of the 1% levels of luxury and decadence there.
Like Donald Trump would look and go, "Holy crap! I've never stayed in a place."
If you stayed in that place, would that make you a Disney princess?
Yes, and I would be happy to say that. Truth be told, yes. I don't care. I do not care if you want to call me Disney princess.
Royalty is royalty.
Yeah, man.
What are you on about?
If I'm staying at a Disney hotel, or if I'm staying inside the room at the cat, have you looked it up? Corrupt?
No.
Or some mystery?
No. And all black guys are not the same, England.
Hey, Corrupt was on earlier, dumb. Corrupt was on earlier.
How much crap are we gonna give England for that one flub?
I fell asleep on Comics Division's live stream. I can't even give you guys guff about that anymore. So yeah, I lost it all.
You're losing your leverage.
I lost the keys to the kingdom. So I guess I'll do a really bad segue just so we could cover everything in the title. And that would be, I had tips for small kids, tips for bringing kids to the, my daughter's saying, and he snored loudly.
He did.
They know they were in the house
yes.
At the time. This was the day before we went out to the dinner, and yeah. But so yeah, I guess I should be talking about this. I brought it up. I didn't think that I would have friends on for this one. I didn't think you guys would jump on, so I was going to go through this kind of thing. Because one of the things when I first started the written blog, and I always wanted to do something like this, because I see stuff like this all the time. My goodness, I might just wait for this to be a video. But one of the things I say, you always have to, where would I start? You know what? I'm going to save this one, guys. Sorry for putting it in the title. I'm not going to talk about this because it deserves its own video.
Well, he can always retitle it afterwards, so it's not like he'll be there after people are watching this.
Yeah, because just a lot of things I do see that people make mistakes, and I watch it when I just go out and I've got the camera and I'm videoing. I see people making a lot of mistakes and one person I was having a nice conversation with, and they got mad at me because I said, "Well, you got to let the kids be the boss." And they're like, my kids aren't the boss. I'm like, they don't make the rules. They're not going to tell you when bedtime is. You know what I mean when I say that, when you let the kids be the bosses, you're going to have fun if your children are having fun.
Yeah, let them guide you through the
experience. Don't tell them, no, we have to go here. No, we have to go here. No, one, you're going to overwhelm them. Two, and I'm talking young kids, 10 and under, you're going to overwhelm them and they're going to lose it quickly. So the best thing to do is to let them show you what they want to have fun at. One of the best times I had with Great Googly Moogly and her sister, I gave them cameras. And this is back when you actually had to get the film developed. But I gave them cameras and I said, I want to see what you see. You show me what you see when you go to the theme park. You've got 24 pictures. Go. And I got back some awesome pictures. Elizabeth took like pictures of toys and that flower is nice and this bush is nice. We take pictures of the buildings and the rides and the characters. They take pictures of things that are kid level. It's the stuff that they notice, and they will tell you what is fun. Great Googly Moogly liked to go to the arcade so she could sit in the race car and pretend like she was steering.
I used to do that.
We're at a theme park. She loves it. So they liked to watch the fish in the water, because there would be like koi ponds or the fish that like at SeaWorld, they would hang around because they knew people threw bread in for them. It's weird because kids will tell you what they like and what they want to see.
I actually one time jumped in the koi pond to catch a fish.
Yeah, now that's gonna get your parents mad at you.
You were very heavy into the whole risk-taking thing as a child, weren't you, Mystery?
I used to catch snakes with my cousins.
Is that Baloo on the bench taking a nap over there? Yeah. Actually, they don't bring Baloo out enough anymore. I like the Jungle Book characters.
It amazes me that they never do it anymore because of how popular like even Tailspin was, like Tailspin and Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers.
Tailspin.
All of those shows that I grew up on as a kid.
Yeah, the Disney afternoon. That's pretty awesome. That is. Wow. I'm still a fan of the DuckTales.
Well, I mean, who isn't? But also, who isn't going to be humming that theme for the next 24 hours now because someone mentioned DuckTales? Woo-hoo.
Life is like a hurricane here in Duckburg. Yeah.
I don't remember much of DuckTales.
Oh man, you can find it still on YouTube. It's just a lot of fun. And as a matter of fact, they've got a new one out that's pretty cool.
The reboot is actually really good so far.
Yeah, it's thoroughly enjoyable.
It
really is.
I'm hoping it results in a reboot of Darkwing Duck because Darkwing Duck was one of my favorites.
Yeah,
that and the Mighty Ducks, which was sort of the kind of action tune variant of it. And I honestly, I just want action cartoons back as a subgenre because there's almost none of that. Like the closest thing we have in this day and age is Steven Universe, which is a decent show, but is very lacking when it comes to the intensity that a good action tune should have.
Well, I am not a fan of Steven Universe at all.
Next year, they're going to have a Disney service, much like they're doing DC now. And hopefully they're going to open the vaults because I want to see the old Goofy cartoons, the old Mickey cartoons, Tailspin, DuckTales. Give us Gargoyles for cripe's sake. I would love to see all of that released so we can actually get all of the old Disney stuff we grew up on, or you grew up on yours. Of course, I grew up on different stuff, but I would love to see old episodes of the Mickey Mouse Club, not just the original version with Annette and all that kind of stuff, but there was a 1970s version, and then there was a 90s version that had Ryan Gosling and Timberlake and Britney Spears and all that kind of stuff. So,
and while they're at it, they need to re-release a lot of the old cheesy Disney Channel original movies that I remember as a kid, like Luck of the Irish and The 13th Year and all the.
I remember that. I remember that movie. The Halloween Town movies are a classic, though.
Yes, every year. I watch them every year, and come to think of it, it's just a month or so before I get to watch all my Halloween stuff again. And
I want to see the Kurt Russell movies. You know, the World's Strongest Man, the Computer Reward Tennis Shoes, or the Don Knotts, like Hot Lead and Cold Feet and the Apple Dumpling Gang. So that would be a lot of fun.
Those words are lost to us.
I know it's. I'm speaking a whole coded language.
Speaking in tongues.
Well,
yes.
No, it's like I can't even remember what movie I'm thinking of now, but it's like I think I understood some of those words. Like Don Knotts I am familiar with. I've seen some of his movies, and I've seen a lot of Kurt Russell movies. But the thing that I'm thinking of is, how are they related to Disney again?
They're made by Disney. They were the kids filmed from when I was a kid. So yeah. Me and my cousin, man, we watched Apple Dumpling Gang Rides Again like it was the only movie ever made for a while. But yeah, those were the fun ones. Herbie the Love Bug back in the day.
I remember that one. I've watched all of the Herbie movies, and they're all wonderfully cheesy.
They really are. But that's Disney in a nutshell for a while. It was just great googly moogly. He's speaking old. Everybody has their Disney. Actually, in the late 90s, if you were a late 90s kid like Ashley, and I guess you are, as a matter of fact, Dalton, where you were born in the mid to late 90s.
Yeah, 95 was when I was born.
It was more Nickelodeon than it was Disney.
Yep, I remember that.
Yeah.
I thought it was a fairly even split, but then again, I was always a kind of old school kid. Like I don't think I ever really belonged to any era. Like I always watched everything I could get my hands on, regardless of when it was made or what generation it supposedly belonged to. And I will admit that our generation was uniquely positioned for that, because you got a lot of the 90s kid stuff, but you also got the best of the 2000s kid stuff. I'm right in that golden zone between the Disney animated universe and Avatar: The Last Airbender. So like I'm rather perfectly situated.
What was your favorite Nickelodeon show, Dalton?
I really liked Rocko's Modern Life. I really liked Hey Arnold's. I loved Invader Zim for the 5 seconds that it was on, and I loved Real Monsters.
One of my favorite shows was Doug, the show Doug.
Yes, I remember Doug.
Doug was Disney.
I also remember when the movie came out.
See, Doug, you just steered it back to Disney. Doug was Disney.
It was on Nickelodeon, then it went to Disney.
There was a trade-off between Disney and Nickelodeon at some point over the rights to Doug, because at one point it was going to end, but they decided to do a continuation, but they ended up having to do it on a different network. Okay.
Well, I think that this has been a pretty good stream, but I'm going to call it here. Great Googly Moogly is saying Invader Zim was awesome. Like I said, they were more raised on Nickelodeon. Like they saw all the Disney movies and the Disney cartoons because I had them. But as far as what was showing new on TV, it was all mostly Nickelodeon. But
in regards to my favorite Disney Channel shows, it was always That's So Raven and Even Stevens and The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, and also Kim Possible, because you can't mention the golden age of the Disney Channel without mentioning Kim Possible. I defy anyone to.
And I had reruns of The Wonderful World of Disney, starring Walt Disney. Yeah, that was my Disney TV.
Hey Dalton, do you remember the Doom song from Invader Zim?
Yes.
Can you sing it?
No.
Why are you? Okay, why?
It's funny.
Right.
Yeah, but why do you want me to sing it? Why?
Anyway, gang, I'm going to save Dalton. I'm going to ring the bell and save Dalton here, and say
I'll do it. I just wanted to know why he wanted me to specifically do it. Is it because my voice kind of sounds like yours,
but I don't remember exactly how it goes.
Let's hear it, Dalton. You said you would do it. Okay, there you go. Well, thank you very much. If you made it to the end of this live stream, I appreciate it, guys. Tell us what you would like to see out of the channel. Tell us how to improve what you or even on live streams. If you have a topic or anything, by all means, leave it in the comments section below. I'd like to thank Mr. E and Dalton for joining me on this one, our first live stream on the Mad About the Mouse channel. Thank you very much, guys. And
no problem.
To everybody, not only who has watched it on the live, I'm sure there's about 15, maybe 10 people, 6. But to everybody who's given it a try afterwards, thank you very, very much for watching. Have a good day.
Everybody.
Cheers.